I had this really intense attraction for someone who I was constantly judging in my mind that they weren't a good fit for me, they weren't athletic enough, they weren't enough of this, they weren't enough of that. And there was this tug of war about, oh, I'm attracted to this person this much, so I should date them. But then how can I date them when they don't seem to be like a good match for me? And there was this tug of war within myself until I realized that all these excuses were part of an avoidant pattern that was afraid of getting close to someone because then I could get hurt. Then when I recognized the avoidant pattern, I felt freedom because then I no longer had to judge this person. They could be exactly as they were, and I could have feelings for them just because I had feelings for them, because the thought was so strong in my mind that all the criticisms that I had of them were true. So it was really something that I needed to worry about. But all of these reasons of things that I had to worry about potentially dating this person, about potentially being in a situation with a person that I wasn't compatible with, it was all a smokescreen and it was all excuses to hide this fear of being intimate and vulnerable with another person. And because I had such strong feelings, this seemed like an imminent threat to the survival system that we have. I can see how a younger me saw being intimate with another person as extremely dangerous. Dangerous to my health, dangerous to my finances, dangerous to my well-being in general. And how that survival system will create this aversion to ever getting into a similar situation, and to do that, it'll create whatever excuse it needs to create. And this situation where I felt extremely attracted to another person, it was almost as if this person had infiltrated all the defenses that I had built up, and the survival system was freaking out. But if we look deeper, I was ready for the survival system to let go. Because now I had the tools and skills to be able to protect myself by listening to my feelings. And a younger me didn't have that same permission to listen to my feelings as an emotional guidance system that could guide and protect me and keep me safe. And many of us lived in households where the parents' emotions were more important than the child's emotions, and the children learned to tiptoe and navigate around the parents' emotions and never felt safe to express their own emotions, or were shamed for it. Another pattern that I noticed with this person was the pattern of imagining them being in love with someone else and then using that imagination to recreate this feeling of being devalued. And I can trace that back to I didn't get the love that I needed, and that same security system that we have within ourselves can say, it's because you're not worthy of being loved that you can't get the attention and love that you need, which feels so important and vital to a child's survival. And at least if you have some hope that you can be good enough, then that can kind of stay you through your childhood. It can cause really heavy and serious consequences when you're an adult. Like for me, being a perfect child and achieving perfection in so many areas, and having the pattern of it never being good enough, never feeling good enough, having that emotional pattern persist into your adult life. And then for me, I kept trying and trying and trying to be good enough, trying to achieve more and more and more, and eventually my body collapsed and shut down. And that's what the doctor called severe clinical depression, which was my body forcing me to heal.